Hello, my friend. Hopefully that you are doing great. So in this lesson, I want to share you one thing related to the listener in the TestNG framework. Because when you run your test, when your test fail or when you test even your test pass, so in some specific region, you want to do some specific thing. For example, on the test fail, you want to try to capture the screen. It will be make you understand the problem more easier. So let's try to create a new package first and try to implement the ITestListener from TestNG, and then I can explain for you in more detail about that interface. Okay. So now under this one, I will create a new package with the name listener. So inside this listener package, what I want to do that I will create a new Java class with the name listener extended here. And what I do, I will try to implement the ITestListener. So you be careful, select this one, okay, not ITestNG listener, but the ITestListener from TestNG. So before, I mean in the old version of the TestNG, they don't have any default methods, but all of them is just something like, the method signature, and when you try to implement here, you will see an error, underline error here, and it requires you to override all of the method inside. But now after from the Java 8, we have the default method inside an interface. So that's why they put all of the methods by the default keyword here. So that means if you don't do anything, you will inherit from that interface 100% with nothing inside implemented. Okay. So for example, I want to try to do something on the test failure. So that means I need to override this test method. Okay, just copy the test methods here and the signature here to make sure we don't have any typo. So how to override? We just need to have the same return type. In this case, avoid the same method and the same parameter name here. So you can see it's marked it override the parent method. In this case, is the ITestListener interface. So just want to make it more clear. I want to put the override annotation here. So inside here, I just want to do something very simple that I will print out the catching the failures first to see whether we can trigger this one on the test failure or not. Okay. So what I want to do, I will try to open the test here, and in the O10 package here, I open the normal login here. So inside this regression test, what I will do, I will try to use the answers class from TestNG, and then I will do the failed here, and then I just put a message that marks the test fail for debugging. Yeah, something like that. Okay, just typo here. So by the way, sorry for any background noise around. Okay, so here the test will be failed, and what I want to do, I want to see on the test fail, I will see this message is printed out. So there is one more step we need to do. That we open the regression test suite. So if you want to have any custom listener, instead of the default one, you need to put it in the test suite here. So under the group here, you put the task name listener here, and you will provide listener inside. So in this case, we just have only one listener, so we will provide the listener with the class name here. It will come from the com.adexpro. The listener and the class is listener extended. So we don't have any inside here. So let's try to delete this one and then end the task here for simple. Okay, now if I run the regression test suite here, we will see one failure. And what I want to see more, that I will see this message printed out. Okay, so you select the regression suite from the test configuration and hit the run button. So you can see on the left side, the result table here, you can see the login with correct credential here is a fail because we marked this fail. And then what is see this fail, and on test failure catching the failure. So let me see what is wrong in the question choose here. So we put the listener here, listener class name equal this one. So everything is correct, but we still not see the message is printed out. Let me see. So this one is failed, right? So on the test failures, what we do, we will print out catching the failure. So everything seems to be correct with me. Let me take a look again inside this one. So listener and the class name. No, sorry. So this one come from listener. Published by on test failure here. So weird. Because when the test fail, let's try to run again. Oh, here it's here. You see, catching the failure. So when okay, I know because I click here and I scroll down here and I did see it on the top. So that was the reason. So okay, anyway, we could create this. We could create a listener extended that implements the ITest listener by default, and we try to override the on-test failure. That we want to do something like catching the new failure here. So I just want to summary a list, okay? So if you want to have some custom listener, first thing first, you need to create a class to implement the ITestListener. So if you want to do anything specific on any thing happen in your test, so you can see here, we have many things on test start, on finish, or something like that. So you can uh, write some logins in a test file, or you can capture the screenshot. You can do anything you want. But in this case, I just want to put a simple message here. The second one that you want to do that you need to declare the listener inside that listener inside the listener stats here, and you need to point out the class name into the class that you have just created. Okay, and then you run. So this is a very simple example for you to see how is the listener ITestListener works, okay? And then in the next lesson, we will do something real that we create a util class and we will really do capture the screen when the test fail, okay? So try to practice yourself and see you in the next lesson. Bye for now.